you can play big, on the real estate and the hard asset side and change up the banking system. But the utility, making it easy for everyone else to understand, it's not mystical. It's not sort of the meme coin space that my son plays in all the time. And, frankly, is probably one of the greatest tools I can think of today to teach young people entrepreneurship, to get them to understand how these systems work. It's so much faster. There's so much more excitement. Once they're vested and staked in that a little bit, they're actually paying attention. And I'm looking at these kids that are my son's age. They're 15, 16, 17 years old. They could run circles talking about liquidity with my buddies that graduated from Wharton with me who've worked at Goldman for 25 years. It's truly spectacular. But I think number one would be utility. If we can figure out how to make it easy to use, this is a no-brainer. And I think we're there. We're on that cusp. We just have to demystify some of that. We have to make it so that people don't just assume that you're gambling when you do this. These are real assets backed by U.S. Treasuries. It's just as safe as a bank account, but without all of that extra nonsense, without that inefficiency, without the tens of thousands of people throughout the system who are making seven figures that honestly, I like them. I want them to be successful. They're friends of mine for years, but I'm not exactly sure what they do anymore. If you can, but that's true. That's 100%. We laugh, but there's probably trillions of just waste in keeping these old systems alive. And to Chase's point, the banks and the banking system has managed to stick together because I think they all realize that if they don't, people will find another way. So they have this monopoly that's been very inefficient, but has controlled a lot of the power.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're going to get more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy. And it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had Bitcoin and crypto pull back. As I'm doing this video, we are flat. And also, when we look at the stock market is also opening down. And we have GameStop announces plans to raise $1.3 billion to buy Bitcoin. And they're taking the strategy of strategy. And that GameStop movie is back. If they can continue to raise money, we know the stock is going to move up, but then also we know the stock is going to have volatility. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now we have Bernstein analysts say that Bitcoin could hit 200K by end of 2025, 500,000 by 2029, and 1 million by 2033. And remember, we don't pay attention to predictions. We follow the Fed. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates moving up. We have the dollar right now down. We have volume in crypto flat. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Layer 0 becomes Wyoming token issuance partner for a stable coin. And it plans to launch in July. And we definitely see Wyoming moving fast forward when it comes to this fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And then, guys, we have the Fed. Repo was $241 billion yesterday. Make sure you pull it on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates high for longer in order to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution. And the proof was yesterday. Make sure you watch the video I did last night. These 25% tariffs on autos are going to crush the auto industry. But remember, guys, that's part of the plan. They do not want private ownership. But remember, part of the plan, it moves in phases. This doesn't happen overnight. We see how many cars that these manufacturers have shrunk to. We saw Ford almost cut all their cars. We had Dodge discontinue the gas-powered Charger and Challenger, their best-selling cars. But this plan is moving right in front of the sheep's eyes, and they have no clue. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now we have the House Financial Services Committee, French Hill, have officially introduced the Stable Act, establishing a framework for issuance and operation of a dollar-denominated payment stablecoin in the U.S. And once they get this stablecoin regulation, guys, we're going to be moving fast forward because that means the foundation of this economy is complete. It's all about the economy, guys. All about that money. And this time, this money comes with a whole lot of power. It's programmable, and then also, they'll be able to know you better than you know yourself. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, we have North Carolina lawmakers propose separate bills in both chambers to allow crypto in pension funds. And we will probably get full regulation next year, and that's when the trillions are going to move into this market. But again, this is a plan. It moves in phases. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs opening flat. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have Interactive Brokers add Solana, XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin to its crypto trading platform. And trading brings in what? Fees. And bringing in more cryptos pushes adoption. Now we have Rumble has launched its new Rumble wallet with support for Tether to power creator payments. And we see Rumble pushing the fourth industrial revolution. And we saw Rumble get money from Peter Thiel, Vivek, and J.D. Vance back in 2021. But Rumble is nothing but a piece of the Hegelian dialectic. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And lastly, we have Ripple partners with Chipper Cash to boost payments in Africa. And where does the fourth industrial revolution rise first? That's right, the emerging markets, those Brics nations, and then also the Middle East. And where is Ripple business at? The Middle East and the emerging markets. And we don't hear anything from Trump telling these companies to come back from overseas to the United States. These are the most important companies that need to come back to the United States because they're handling the payment rails. But you don't hear anything because they want America to Babylon to fall with that world reserve currency and the rise of the Brics nations led by China with that digital yuan backed by that digital SDR. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book Plus, the 3 Kids books is time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.